Hey everyone, and welcome to Scrapping It Out, a quick Flesh and Blood gameplay video series. We're playing Classic Constructed today at the Portland Game Store, and both players are currently 3-0, playing for the Cold Foil. Today we have Sean on Dromai Ash Artist. He's coming to the arena with a Stormer Sandakai, Crown of Dominion, Flamescale Furnace, Snapdragon Scalers, and a Wave of Reality. On the other side of the table, we have Aurora on Katsu the Wanderer. Katsu starts equipped with 2 Harmonized Kodachis, Mask of Momentum, Findle's Spring Tunic, Breeze Rider Boots, and Breaking Scales. Aurora wins a die roll, and elects to go second. Sean activates the gold token by pitching 2 red cards, which creates 2 ash tokens from Dromai's ability, and draws him a card. He then attacks with Blaze Headlong for 4. Aurora uses 1 card to block for 3, and takes 1, goes down to 39. Before passing his turn, Sean activates Flamescale Furnace at instant speed by pitching a red card, which creates him an ash token, and generates 3 resources. With nothing else, he passes the turn, arsenals, and then both players draw up. Aurora puts her tunic up to 1 at the start of her turn. She starts her turn by pitching a blue that costs 0 to attack with Kodachi for 1 with Go Again, floating 2. Sean declares no blocks, and upon taking damage, he destroys his Wave of Reality for ward 1, creating him a Spectral Shield token. Aurora then attacks with the other Kodachi for 1 with Go Again, floating 1. Sean doesn't block, destroying the Spectral Shield token to prevent the damage. Aurora then sends a red Descendant Gust Wave for 3 with Go Again, floating 0. Sean puts a card in front of it, blocking 3, and taking 0, preventing Mask of Momentum from triggering, keeping the chain going. Aurora then attacks with a red Whelming Gust Wave for 3. Sean declares no blocks and takes 3 damage, going down to 37. Aurora then arsenals her last card, and passes the turn. Sean starts by playing Rake the Embers, pitching a red card, which creates 2 ash tokens total, then turns 3 of those ash tokens into 3 Aether Ash Wings. He then attacks with Blaze Headlong for 4 with Go Again. Aurora blocks 1 with Breaking Scales and takes 3, down to 36. Sean follows it up with the 3 Aether Ash Wings, each with Go Again. Aurora declares no blocks and takes all 3, down to 33. Sean then passes the turn. Aurora puts her tunic to 2 at the start of her turn. She starts by pitching a blue cost 0 to attack Sean with a Kodachi for 1 with Go Again, floating 2. Sean doesn't block and goes to 36. Aurora then sends a Kodachi at an Aether Ashwing with Go Again, killing it, and floating 1 resource. She then uses her last floating resource to kill another Aether Ashwing with a yellow Descendant Gust Wave for 3. Upon hit, this triggers her Mask of Momentum and triggers Katsu, first drawing her a card, and then she discards a yellow 100 Winds to search for and banish a red 100 Winds. Aurora then attacks Sean with a yellow Bonds of Ancestry for free, since Descendant Gust Wave would last in the chain, also triggering its effect, banishing 100 Winds in the graveyard to search and banish another red 100 Winds, for 3 with Go Again, which Sean blocks out. She then attacks with one of the red 100 Winds for 3 with Go Again, taking Sean down to 33. Following that up, she attacks with the other red 100 Winds for 4 with Go Again, since it gets +1 from the other 100 Winds on the combat chain. Sean doesn't block, but he does play a Sink Below in reactions, sinking a card to draw a card, and takes 0. Aurora arsenals and passes the turn. Sean plays Invoke Yendarai, targeting Ash Token, pitching a red card, creating an Ash Token from Dromai, and creating Yendarai. Sean also plays Invoke Asvalai, targeting an Ash Token. He starts off his attacks by attacking with an Aether Ashwing for 1 with Go Again. Aurora doesn't block, and takes 1, down to 32. Sean follows it up with Asvalai, dealing 1 unpreventable arcane damage, and attacks for 2 with Go Again. Aurora blocks with a Command and Conquer, which triggers Phantasm, negating the damage, and the Go Again. With nothing else, Sean passes the turn. Aurora puts her tunic to 3 at the start of her turn. She immediately activates Tunic to create a resource, and uses that resource to play Art of War. She chooses to banish an attack action card to draw 2, and gives her attack action cards +1 attack until the end of the turn. She throws a red Descendant Gust Wave at the Aether Ashwing for 4 with Go Again. This brutally murders the Ashwing, but this also triggers Katsu, which Aurora chooses to discard a Whelming Gust Wave to search for and banish a red Bonds of Ancestry. Aurora uses that Bonds to attack Sean for 5 with Go Again, which triggers his effect, banishing 100 Winds from the graveyard to search for and banish a yellow 100 Winds. Sean blocks the Bonds using a card in hand and his Flamescale Furnace, taking 0. Aurora then goes ahead and attacks with the banished 100 Winds for 3 with Go Again, which Sean blocks out, preventing Mask of Momentum from triggering. Aurora then finishes her turn by attacking Yendarai with a Kodachi to remove the endurance counter, arsenals, and passes the turn. On his turn, Sean starts off strong with a Burn Them All. He immediately utilizes it by attacking with Yendarai for 3 with Go Again, dealing 1 arcane damage from Burn Them All. Aurora blocks using her Breeze Rider boots for 1, taking 3 damage total, going down to 28. Sean moves to end his turn, banishing a red card from his graveyard to pay for Burn Them All and Arsenals. Aurora puts her tunic to 1 at the start of her turn. She pitches a red to attack Sean directly with a red spinning wheel kick for 4 with Go Again, floating 0. Sean declares no blocks, and in reactions, Aurora reacts with an Ancestral Empowerment, targeting the kick to draw a card and giving +1 attack. Sean, having no reacts, takes 5 damage and goes to 28. Aurora uses the Katsu trigger, discarding a Fluster Fist to search for and banish a red Fluster Fist. She uses that Fluster Fist to attack Yendorai, destroying the green dragon. She then passes her turn. Sean attacks with a red Ravenous Rabble, revealing an Invoke Mirror Guy off the top, coming in for 4 with Go Again. Aurora takes it and goes down to 24. Sean then plays Invoke Mirror Guy, targeting the Ash token, pitching a red card to also create 1 Ash from Dromai's ability. Sean moves to attack with Mirror Guy for 2, plus 1 Arcane from Burn Them All with Go Again. Aurora takes a 3 total and goes down to 21. Sean follows it up with a red Snatch for 4. Aurora takes the damage again, goes down to 17. Sean draws a card from the Snatch on hit. At instant speed, Sean activates Flamescale Furnace, pitching a red card, which also creates an Ash token. Sean moves to end his turn, banishing 2 red cards from his graveyard for Burn Them All, and passes the turn. Aurora puts her tunic to 2 at the start of her turn. She starts her action phase with an Ancestral Harmony from Arsenal, banishing a playable Winds of Eternity from the top of her deck, and giving her combo cards +1 attack until end of turn. She then pitches a blue to play out an Ardivore with 2 floating, banishing an attack action card to draw 2, and choosing +1 attack to attack action cards this turn. Aurora starts off her attacks by killing Mirror Guy with Ascendant Gustwave for 5 with Go Again, floating 1 resource. Katsu triggers upon hitting Mirror Guy, so Aurora chooses to discard a Be Like Water to search for it and banish a red Bonds of Ancestry. She then continues by attacking Sean with the said red Bonds of Ancestry for free, 6 Go Again, banishing a Spinning Wheel Kick from her graveyard to search for and banish a red Spinning Wheel Kick. Sean blocks it out. Aurora then attacks Sean with a red Spinning Wheel Kick for 6 with Go Again, using her last resource. Sean takes a 6 and goes down to 22. Aurora then attacks one more time with Winds of Eternity for 4. Sean declares no blocks, but he does have a Fate Foreseen in reactions, opting the card to the top. With nothing else, Aurora arsenals and passes the turn. Sean has a pretty simple turn, with a Dust Up for 4. Aurora doesn't block, takes 4 down to 13, which transforms one of Sean's Ash tokens into an Aether Ash Ring on hit. Sean moves to end his turn, banishing 3 red cards from his graveyard for Burn Them All, and passes the turn. Aurora puts her tunic to 3 at the start of her turn. She starts her chain by attacking Sean with Be Like Water for 3 with Go Again. Sean doesn't block, and in reactions, Aurora removes her tunic counter to play Ardivore, choosing +1 and banish draw 2. Sean has no reactions and takes 4 down to 18. Katsu and Be Like Water trigger. Aurora uses a blue 0 cost to pay for Be Like Water, choosing Surging Strike and floating 2 resources. Then the Katsu trigger resolves, discarding a Woman Gustwave to search for and banish a yellow Descendant Gustwave. Aurora then attacks Sean again with a yellow Descendant Gustwave for free, since Surging Strike is the last attack, for 5 with Go Again. Sean declares no blocks, taking 5 damage. Aurora then attacks Sean with a red Bonds of Ancestry for 5 with Go Again, banishing a Fluster Fist from the graveyard to search for and banish a red Fluster Fist. Sean blocks for 6, preventing the Mask Momentum on hit. Aurora then attacks Sean with a red Fluster Fist for 5. Sean blocks 3, takes 2, down to 11. On hit, Aurora breaks her Breeze Rider boots, giving her combo attacks Go Again for the rest of the turn. Aurora then finishes her turn using the rest of her resources with a devastating Command and Conquer from Arsenal for 7. Sean sighs, takes to 7, and goes to 4, destroying the Rake the Embers in his arsenal. With a pretty solid turn, Aurora passes over to Sean. Sean attacks with an Aether Ash Ring for 1, dealing 1 Arcane from Burn Them All. Aurora takes a 2 and goes to 11. Sean moves to end his turn, banishing 4 red cards from his graveyard for Burn Them All, and passes. Aurora puts her tunic to 1 at the start of her turn. She pitches a blue 0 cost to destroy the Ash Ring with a Kodachi for 1 with Go Again, floating 2. With no allies left, Aurora attacks Sean with her other Kodachi for 1 with Go Again, floating 1. Sean blocks the 1 with his Flamescale Furnace, which gets destroyed when the combo chain closes. Aurora then attacks with a red Surging Strike for 5 with Go Again, pitching a blue, then floating 2. Sean blocks 6, taking 0 and preventing the Mask Momentum. Aurora then arsenals a card and passes it over to Sean. Sean plays a Tome of Imperial Flame from Arsenal, drawing 2, and pitching 2 red cards to its effect, also creating 2 Ash and floating 2 resources. Sean attacks Aurora with a red Snatch for 4. Aurora blocks with a card from her hand and Tunic for 4 total, which will destroy her Tunic at the end of the combat chain. In reactions, Sean activates Snapdragon Scalers giving Snatch go again. Sean then attacks with Nourishing Emptiness for 6, which has Dominate, since the condition is active thanks to Burn Them All banishing all other attack actions from Sean's graveyard. Aurora declares no blocks, and takes 6, going down to 5, giving Sean +1 intellect until end of turn. Sean moves to end this turn, declining to pay for the Burn Them All's cost, sending it to the graveyard, and passes. Aurora pitches a blue 0 cost to attack with a Kodachi for 1 with Go Again, floating 2. Sean takes it, and goes down to a healthy 3. Aurora then attacks with a red Surging Strike for 5 with Go Again, floating 0. Sean blocks for 2, and in reactions, plays a Sink Below, sinking a card to draw a card, blocking for 6 total. Aurora then attacks with a red Be Like Water for 3 with Go Again. Sean doesn't block, but in reactions, plays a Sigil of Solace to not die, and then takes 3, down to 3. Aurora then declines the Katsu trigger, arsenals, and passes the turn. Sean starts off by playing a Blaze Headlong for 4. Aurora blocks with her Mask Momentum for 2, destroying it when the combat chain closes, and it takes 2, down to 3. Sean arsenals, and passes the turn. Aurora starts by pitching a blue 0 cost to attack with a Kodachi for 1 with Go Again, floating 2. Sean takes it, and goes down to 2. Aurora uses the 2 floating to attack with a yellow Surging Strike from Arsenal for 4 with Go Again. Sean uses 2 cards in hand to block out for 5. Aurora then attacks with a red Whelming Gust Wave, meeting the combo requirements, for 4 with Go Again. Sean declares no blocks, and in reactions, plays a Fate Foreseen, opting the card to the bottom. Still in reactions, Aurora activates her breaking skills to give Whelming Gust Wave +1 attack. Sean is forced to take the damage, going down to 1, and also drawing Aurora a card. Aurora then attacks with a blue Bonds of Ancestry for 2, meeting the combo requirements. And with 2 cards in hand, Sean sees the writing on the wall, knowing that he can't block the next 2 attacks with this 1 card in his hand, and scoops it up. I'd like to thank Sean and Aurora for coming on camera. Both are pretty strong local players, and I hope to see more of their games on camera in the future. Dromai has a little bit of a harder time in this matchup, since Dromai's dragons can get cleared pretty easily if you have access to Go Again. Katsu triggering off of dragons is also pretty annoying. I think Sean played the best he could have in this matchup, and he got pretty close to taking it down. Katsu is currently rising up in usage, and is pretty poised to be one of the best decks in the meta. He has a lot of good matchups at the top tables, and the threat of either Mask Momentum or Mask of the Pouncing Lynx can make him quite tricky to beat. Congratulations to Aurora for winning this week's Cold Foil at the Portland Game Store. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time for some more Scrapping It Out.